What is going on, everyone? It's Nero and here for you an episode of MOAB Friday, this time on the map mission using the FMG9 with the red dot sight. Ladies and gentlemen, MOAB Friday, right? Subscriber Friday. You guys have been sending me in so many awesome MOABs throughout the months here in MOAB 3, and I finally decided, you know what, I probably don't play this game enough to get the MOABs myself. Let's start showcasing some subscribers, right? It's always good to give back a little bit. And this is actually, what would you call this? A repeat guest. The second time he's been here. He goes by the name of D-Bag. You guys may remember he sent in a MOAB where he got a MOAB without ever reloading. Instead of reloading, he would just switch guns and pick up other guns off the ground. He just kept going out that way. It was a really cool, interesting MOAB. Well, he's back, bringing you some domination on mission and using the FMG9 with the red dot sight and getting a MOAB that way without the help of teammates and without the help of specialist bonus. So if you look at the minimap, every single person is like the green, the very light green, indicating he's playing by himself. He's using support streaks, which makes it a little bit more impressive to me. Now, it can be argued both ways. You got the UAV and the ballistic vest with hardline setup. So every 4 kills, he's getting himself a new ballistic vest. And throughout a 24 kill streak, he's using hardline. So without a 24 kill streak, he's going to get, what's that, 6? He's going to get 6 ballistic vests total if he needs them. And he's also going to get 6 UAVs, right? So my math might be off on that. No? I think I'm right. I don't know, you guys tell me. But either way, he has the help of these support streaks, but he does not have the help of any other perks. I think he's using Steady Aim, Scavenger Pro, and Hardline Pro. Those are his only perks right now. He doesn't have the benefits of Kick, doesn't have the benefits of, you know, I don't even know what range. Yeah, they give you range. He doesn't have any other benefit. He doesn't have any benefits of any perks, any other proficiencies. He doesn't have any of that good stuff. And yet he still manages to pull out the FMG9 MOAB solely because of positioning. That's all it honestly came down to, was his positioning. And when you're playing on mission, I've said this many different times, stay in the middle. The middle is the action. You do not want, okay, the far left side, I'm going to call it the far left side. You guys are going to know what I'm talking about. It's that gigantic street. It's got the truck right there in the middle, and it's got the little sideways. It's right to his right now as he's running. That area, that's no man's land. You want to get sniped? That's where you go if you want to get sniped. You got the other side, the other hill on the other side where he's running towards right now to his left. Well, now it's behind him. That area, I mean, no one's ever there. Ever. That's also no man's land because nobody's there. All the action's in the middle, guys. What's awesome about Mission, why I really like Mission, I hope Black Ops 2 features a map that plays similar to Mission, is the fact that it is such a center focal point. The entire focus of the map is to take control of the center, and everyone runs to you rather than you having to run to them. All you have to do is like take 2 steps and you're in their spawn, and they're constantly running at you. It's a very fast-paced map, very action-packed. I really enjoy this map. It's a very, if I had to pick, I'm trying to think right now. I'm going to try and do this off the top of my head. If I had to pick my favorite maps in Modern Warfare 3, I think, honestly, Mission's number 1. Right? I think Dome would probably be number 2. Interchange is probably number 3. I really like Interchange. It plays very well for every game mode. Can't really think of any other maps I actually like. Hard Hat's okay, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care for a whole lot of the maps. I mean, I'm not counting DLC. There's a bunch of DLC maps I liked, but that off the base maps, the maps that came with the game, those are probably the only ones I really thought were good. But let's talk a little bit more about the FMG9, right? So I already talked about the gameplay. I already talked about the little strategy he's using. Basically, you stay in the middle and you go where the UAV tells you to go, because he's going to constantly be calling him in because he's using support streaks. Let's talk about the FMG9. So going into Modern Warfare 3, similar to how we are right now with Black Ops 2, there's a bunch of trailers being released, there's a bunch of leaked photos and whatnot, there's a bunch of little tad bits of information. I guess one of his teammates was named Rupture, got a MOAB right there. All this stuff was coming out, similar to what Black Ops 2 is doing right now. Like last night we just learned new stuff about the multiplayer, the campaign, and the zombies. We're learning all this new stuff, and a similar, same thing happened last year around this time. Around this time last year, we first were introduced to the FMG9, and it was like this folding stock machine pistol that looked really cool. They had a really slow motion cinematic of it coming out and unfolding itself, and it was really cool thing. Everyone was like, wow, that's the coolest secondary ever. I want to use it. Oh man, that's like the coolest thing ever. I don't think Infinity Ward knew what they were doing, because they made people want to use it so much that everyone immediately, as soon as they unlocked it, started to use it. And as soon as they started to use it, they realized that when the game first came out, guys, the FMG9 was ridiculous. It really was. And if you gave it Akimbo, I mean, a single FMG9 to this day, I still don't consider overpowered. Akimbo FMG9s, whew. I don't think I need to talk to you guys much more about the Akimbo FMG9s, do I? The Akimbo FMG9s were the first gun, right? Every game seems to have its, what people consider to be the overpowered gun. COD 4, people kind of consider the MP5 and the M16 that. And if you were using it, you were kind of this try-hard douche. And World at War, definitely the MP40. You used the MP40, you were kind of this douche. Modern Warfare 2 didn't really have one. I guess some people complained a lot about the UMP-45 submachine gun, but not too much. So Modern Warfare 2 was kind of the exception. Black Ops, everyone's like, oh, FAMAS, you're using the FAMAS. And then, but they would complain about it. The entire lifespan of the game, people would just complain about people using it. Not so much the FMG9s. I'm going to say about 6 months into the game, like the entire community just stops using these guns. Because they realize this is like so ridiculously good, and like all their friends make fun of them from using it, and like, they're always complaining that they die from it, and their friends are always complaining that they die from it, so when you're there, your friends see you using it, they make fun of you, and honestly, this is my opinion, maybe you guys' experiences have been a little bit different, but in my experience, people rarely use this gun, or these guns, I guess. I mean, who uses a single FMG9? Personally, I think the single FMG9 is cool. I think it looks cool. I think it shoots cool. It's pretty powerful. I mean, it's almost like it's almost comparable to an MP9, MP9 machine pistol, but with a little bit more recoil, and it looks really cool, the silencer, and it's kind of fun, just a fun new gun to use. It's like having a whole new submachine gun in the game to play around with. But for the most part, the community's kind of like backed off this gun, the Akimbo variant anyway, and I think that's definitely a good thing. I think it's definitely a good thing. But this gameplay is quickly wrapping up here. He did what every time I wish people would do when they send me in MOAB Fridays. He puts the raw gameplay, he uploads it and just puts the raw gameplay up, and then he gets the MOAB called in, and then he just kind of skips to the final score, which is a great thing, because MOAB Friday, typically we only show the one particular life in which I got the MOAB, and look, finally he gets the MOAB on the guy in final stand, and then they kind of skip the final score, show you guys what the final score was. That way we can kind of cut down the gameplay a little bit, because usually these MOAB gameplays are a little bit longer, and I don't know how that knife failed. Don't you love that when you get that knifing animation, but yet you miss completely, but it gives you that lunge and the noise as if you were going to knife someone, but it doesn't? Oh, it's so goofy when it happens. I really don't like it though. But gameplay over. Let's talk a little bit more about this real quick. Let's go. Final score up 36-2. But hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of MOAB Friday. If you guys like to check out D-Bag, there's a link in the description to go check him out. Of course, whenever I use subscriber stuff, I always give them a link in the description. That's kind of a cool thing. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. Please remember to rate the video, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, guys.